Good day, grade 11 students. Welcome to our basic calculus third part. This time, we will be listening to a recorded video about limit laws. So, let's start with law number 1. The law number 1 states that the limit of a constant is itself. If k is any constant, then limit k as x approaches to c is equal to k, which is itself. Let's try to have an example. Example number 1. Limit of 1/2 as x approaches to c is equal to 1/2. As you can see, it is equal to itself. Let's proceed to example number 2. Limit of negative 3.14 as x approaches to c is equal to negative 3.14. So, limit number 1 says that its limit of a constant will always be equal to itself. Let's proceed to law number 2. Law number 2 states that the limit of x as x approaches c is equal to c. So here is our limit rule. Limit of x as x approaches to c is equal to c. Let's have an example. Number 1. The limit of x as x approaches to 0.005 is equal to 0.005. If you have observed, the value of the c, which is equal to 0.005, is the limit, 0.005. Let's go to example number 2. The limit of x as x approaches the square root of 13 is equal to square root of 13. So limit number 2 states that whatever the value of the c will be the limit. Let's proceed to example law number 3. It states the limit of a multiple of a function is simply that the multiple of the limit of the function, which is the limit of k times f of x as x approaches to c is equal to k times limit of a function of x as x approaches to c is equal to k times l, which is the limit. Let's have an example. Example number 1. If limit of f of x as x approaches to c is equal to 4, then the limit of 8 times the function of x as x approaches to c is equal to 8 times the limit of f of x as x approaches to c. We will just substitute the value of the f of x, which is 4. Therefore, we have 8, our constant, multiplied by the value of the f of x, 4, and the result is 32, which is 8 times 4. Let's proceed to example number 2. If the limit of f of x as x approaches to c is equal to negative 2, then the limit of 10 times f of x as x approaches to c is equal to 10 times the limit of f of x as x approaches to c, which is equal to 10 times the value of f of x, which is negative 2. We just substituted it. We'll multiply this 10 times negative 2, which is equal to negative 2. For law number 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 will be on the next video. So stay tuned. Thank you for listening.